Good morning, grade 3. Warm welcome to grade 3 English class. Today, let's discuss the exercise part from the chapter Reggie Mouse's Shrinking Clothes. We have already seen a few exercises, that is from the reading comprehension. Today, we will see the grammar section, listening and speaking exercise. So, let's move on to the grammar section. Here in this grammar section, you can see a small note is given. And this is about common nouns and proper nouns. So, what do you mean by a noun? Noun is the name of something. It can be the name of a person or a place or a thing, a quality or action. A noun is a name that identifies a person, place, thing, quality or action. And nouns are of different types. And today, let's learn about proper nouns, common nouns and collective nouns. So, what are proper nouns? See, proper nouns are nouns or names given to a specific or a particular person, place, thing, and it is always capitalized. Like when I say, my name is Reshma, this word Reshma is my name and it identifies me. Let me give you another example. I am saying, I am going to Kottayam. So, it means that I am going to this particular place called Kottayam, not anywhere else. This specific or this particular place. So, the word Kottayam is used here to identify that specific place in which I am going to go. So, such words, such naming words given to a specific person, place, thing, quality or action. Those kind of nouns are called proper nouns. Here you have one more example given. Sita likes dancing. The word Sita is a name. It identifies that person. It is a proper noun. And you see, whenever you use a proper noun in writing, its first letter will always be capitalized, no matter where you use that proper noun in the sentence. So, in a proper noun, the first letter will always be capitalized. Now, the second type, common nouns. Common nouns are common names given to identify person, place, thing, quality or action. So, a common noun is a generic name for a person, place or a thing in a class or a group and is not capitalized unless used in the beginning of a sentence. Like when you say, my pen is with her. The word here, pen, it is a common name given to all pens. It does not specify which pen or whose pen or what kind of pen, but it identifies that thing as a pen. So, it's a common word or it's a common noun. And keep in mind that if you are not using a common noun at the beginning of a sentence, it is not capitalized. The first letter is not capitalized. If you use a common noun at the beginning of a sentence, we should capitalize its first letter. Clear? Now, we will see what are collective nouns. A collective noun describes a group of things or people as a unit. So, it identifies a group of things or people as a unit. Like when you say a bunch of keys. So, the word bunch here is used to refer to a collection of keys. We say a pride of lions. We say a bunch of grapes. These words, pride, bunch, etc. These are used to denote or to point to a collection or a group. Such naming words or such nouns are called collective nouns. So, here in this grammar section, you are asked a question. Let me read it out to you, but make sure you go through that small note given in the textbook about nouns in page number 9. So, let me read out the exercise question to you. Read this story with your elbow partner. Cross out all the common nouns and replace them with proper nouns. 2 have been done for you. Write the sentences in the blanks. So, what is given here? You can see a story is given there. I haven't written the full story here. See, a story is given there and you can see some common nouns given in the story. What you have to do is that you have to replace the common nouns that you find here with proper nouns. For example, here a couple of examples are given. A girl had moved into a house in this colony. So, instead of the common noun girl, Here they have replaced it with a proper noun which is a name and it is Manisha. So it goes like Manisha had moved into a house and instead of this colony they have replaced it with a proper noun called Mumbai, the name of a place. So you can use any proper noun of your choice and you have to make sure that you cross out all the common nouns and replace it with proper nouns, and then you have to fill in the blanks given here. You have to rewrite that sentences given there with proper nouns in the space provided there. So this is what you have to do in this exercise. I hope this is clear to you. Let's move on to the next section. So in the next page, page number 10, you will be able to see a small note on collective nouns. We have already seen what are collective nouns. So make sure you go through that note given there. And below that you can see the next exercise. This is to unscramble the letters and write the collective nouns. So you are given 8 questions there. And the first question goes like this: a dash of lions, and in brackets you can see a scrambled word. You have to unscramble the word given within the brackets to get a collective noun that makes sense in each of the questions given here. For example, in the first case, a dash of lions. When you unscramble the word given within the brackets, what you get is pride. So it goes like a pride of lions. It makes sense. A group of lions is called a pride. Now the next one, a dash of geese. And when you unscramble the word given within the brackets, what you get is gaggle. So it says a gaggle of geese. Similarly, for the rest of the questions, you have to unscramble the words within the brackets to find meaningful collective nouns that suits in each question. Clear? This you can do yourself. If needed, use a dictionary or online dictionary in the presence of your parents. Now the next section, section C, this is you and your friend are having a friendly competition on using collective nouns. Who is going to win? Add 2 more sentences with collective nouns to this dialogue. So you can see a girl and boy are having a conversation there. Let's see what the girl is saying. In my house there is a big rat. And then the boy says, in my house there is a pack of rats. So the boy is using a collective noun that suits the word rats. So when the girl says big rat, the boy says a pack of rats. Then she says, I eat a piece of bread every day. And the boy says, I eat a loaf of bread every day. So what you have to do in this one is that you have to add sentences or dialogues to this conversation so that you will learn more examples of collective nouns. And see, here in this question, they are saying that the girl and the boy are having a friendly competition on using collective nouns. So you can add on collective nouns in the conversation here and see who is going to win. So for this question here, it's just a suggestion from my part. You can add your own collective nouns or dialogues there. So if the girl says, I have a toy soldier, the boy may say, I have an army of toy soldiers. So when you have a group of soldiers, you call that as army. So an army of toy soldiers. Army is a collective noun. So this is just a suggestion. You can add your own dialogues and collective nouns in this conversation. So you do this also as an activity in your notebook. Now let's move on to the next section. So the next section says, it is the listening section. Listen to the passage and complete these sentences. So what you have to do is that you have to log into the digital content of this textbook. We have already discussed how to access the digital content in the first class itself. You have to log in with the username and password for Macmillan. Then use the token number to access the textbook. And in the same page, you can see the same textbook there, which is an e-book or electronic copy of this book. And move to this page. This is page number 11 in the textbook. In the same page that you see there, there will be a symbol given there right next to the heading listening. You have to click on that and then you will be able to hear a voice note, an audio clip. And that will be a passage. You have to listen to that passage very carefully and then answer the questions given here. So for those who are not able to access the digital content, I'll read out the passage here. So please listen carefully. Let me read it out to you. Children are very fond of playing outside. Outdoor games give children muscle strength. These activities help them to improve their balance. These activities also develop self-confidence in children. Outdoor games help them solve problems they face while playing the games. Children become more confident of learning new skills when they play outdoor games regularly. So if needed, you can replay this video and listen to it once again, or you can access the digital content to hear the audio clip for the listening section here. Then you can easily complete this activity. Now let's move on to the next exercise. It is the speaking exercise. Now let me read out the question. There are two sections given here. The first one, A. Imagine that you have decided to set up a restaurant with your friends. Discuss which type of food will your restaurant serve. What will you name the restaurant? What's going to be on the menu? So this is about initiating a conversation or responding to a conversation. So this section is to improve your speaking skills or communication skills. A situation is given here. You have to imagine that you are going to start a business. You are going to open a restaurant. You have to decide on which type of food you are going to serve them. Would it be Indian or Italian or continental? See, when you do this activity, when you do this speaking exercise, first you can make small notes for these questions asked here, and then you can convert that into a conversation. Let's see the second question. What will you name the restaurant? You also have to find a name for it, and then what all dishes are you going to serve? What all dishes will be there on the menu? So these things you can make a note, then prepare a conversation with it, and then you can practice it with your friends or family, either with your siblings or your parents. So once you are done with that, once you are done with making that conversation, you can just record that audio clip and send us through Microsoft Teams. I'll be putting the link in Microsoft Teams. So there is a section B to it. You have your first customers at the restaurant. Do a role play. We have done role play in our school, so you are familiar with what is it about. Here there are a few hints given. Let's go through this. You could use these hints. The manager says, "Welcome to our restaurant." The waiter says, "Please have a seat." And then the customer says, "Can I see the menu, please?" So you all might have gone to a restaurant. So you have an idea what happens there. When we go to or when we get into a restaurant, you have an idea what happens there. You go there and the waiter will give you a seat and you will ask for the menu, you will order some dishes, have it, right? So just think about the situation and then you have to prepare a role play. You can give dialogues to each character that you build in the role play, then you can practice it. This activity also you can record as a voice note, or if possible you can take a video itself. At least a voice note is needed. You can record it and send it to us through Teams. So children, I hope you are clear with what to do about these exercises. Let me remind the homeworks once again. You have to complete the grammar, listening and speaking exercise and submit in Teams. So that's all for today. Rest of the exercise we'll see in the next class. So till then, bye.